Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Bless all y'all. God bless you. Okay? Right now, y'all, what's so funny? Well, not actually funny, but just factual. Um, some people are feeling a sigh of relief, okay? Because it's like they're being vindicated. All right. And the people that tried to condemn certain individuals, they're now being judged. Okay. Um, One thing I will say that is meant to come out is that it does not matter where you run. It does not matter how you try to hide. It does not matter how you try to switch things up so things don't look suspicious, but they are. Okay. There's a lot of demonic agents, okay, that have been siphoning energy, okay, from people. All right. However you look at the situation, they were sent here to make the real people, the real ones, look like they are not who they say they are. Okay. And we know better than that. We've taken our power back and it just is what it is. Okay. Those are the individuals that sit here and they're very lucrative, okay? But they're very lucrative off people's energy, okay? Other individuals, they've been attacking individuals trying to block their downloads, their third eye, siphoning their energy to look a certain way and be a certain way. Now, like I said, these are demonic agents and they are very much so trying to disguise themselves. They've been trying to do this for a long time. And I feel like some of these people have done this 10 to 7 years, okay? But now they're getting figured out and they're trying to move around. And they're trying to strategize what they can do now to remain in the energy that doesn't even belong to them, okay? So let's just get into a reading. Right now, I'm asking God, my divine heavenly protectors, my angels of the white light, my spirit guides, my ancestors, please protect me as I'm delivering these messages. Please protect my collective, my soul family, my love lights, okay? Please, from this negative energy that is out here, all right? Protect them and open their ears to the truth, okay? Yes, all right? I am grateful. I show gratitude, okay? Even when there is very little, I am still grateful, all right? All that negative energy, all that evil eye will be transmuted into love and light, faith and abundance to walk forward on our path. Amen, amen, and amen. All right, y'all? But like I said, these people are running, and it's like they're trying to hide. It's like, okay, well, it's not working over here. Let me go over here and try it. They're in the hustle and bustle. They're skedaddling. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're skedaddling. They don't know which way to go. They don't know what to do because it's like they're caught up now. People are really opening their eyes to what is going on here. They're opening their eyes to who's real, who's not real, who is just planting these seeds of their, let's just say, evil illusions. Okay? Because that's all they are. They're planted here to make the real ones look like it's BS. Okay? But the real ones are stepping up and speaking out. Okay? Enough is enough. Okay? Keep your temper. Because when you find out who these people really are, it's going to make you mad. Because some of you guys have helped these individuals. Some of you guys have supported these individuals and stood behind them, even through their lies. Okay? These are people that said that individuals are coming up against them. It's like having someone's back, as you would have a family member's back or a best friend here. No, you're not going to do that to them. And I'm hearing you and I'm feeling you. Okay, yeah. You're getting attacked. Oh my goodness, who's doing this to you? Because someone had people so damn blind to the fact that they're really the demonic agent. Okay? And right now they're losing it. Okay? They're flipping. They're moving around. You know, things are going different for them. And they can't understand that. I am Callie. From Death Comes Rebirth. Okay? So, like I said, you guys may feel refreshed. You're different. You have more energy. Your thought process is not as cloudy. All right? Because somebody here, or a few people, a lot of people, these agents are many. They're legions. Okay? They're cults. They're covens. All right? And they work together, and they try to act like they don't work together, like they don't know what's going on. But at the same time, they do. They knew the whole time. They was just waiting for somebody to sit here and catch on to it, which they didn't think that they were, okay? But people did, all right? I feel like there were higher ups watching how things were going anyway, because things weren't adding up. Things weren't averaging out. Things were looking sketchy, okay? So it's like you guys are feeling replenished within yourself. You're looking at things in a different light. Things are making more sense. And the real ones are standing out more than the ones that supposedly say that they're this and they're that. They've tricked people for a long, long time, okay, to get to where they're at. All right. Now they're falling, okay. Carnivorous flower fairy, a tempting offer at a high price. Yeah, because they were working here. These people have sold their souls. These people have given up everything just to be at a certain level to where they're looked at as the exalted ones. All right, let's put it like that. And they're not, because they're falling. They're falling. They're falling further into the descent. Okay? Further into the descent, they fall. You're going to be seeing different movements out of these people. Things you're going to realize, and you're going to ask yourself, well, I wonder why this person did that, or I wonder why this person moved, or I wonder why this person's doing this and doing that now. Okay? Because they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole that they've dug for themselves. All right? They didn't realize they were going to have to pay for this. Okay? Maybe they felt like they could get away with this forever or something like that. Angel of Alchemy. Miracle. Yeah. These people thought that they could get away with these fraud, this fraudulence, this fakeness, this idea that they could steal from people forever, and you can't. And what you promised to get to where you were at, now you're reaping all the down benefits of it. You're getting everything back that you wished upon other people. Now that teaches you how to dibble and dabble, because these individuals, they have no connection. It's just they're connected to the earthly realm. Yeah. And the only way that they're connected is through you. Siphoning off of your third eye, your crown chakra. And that's exactly what they were doing. Okay? It's not a secret anymore. Okay? And I told y'all, God said it's time to move. And it's time to show these people who's really here for what. Okay? And they're getting exposed. They're scared. They're scared. They're running like a dog with the tail between their legs. Okay? And they're like, well, if it got figured out over here, let me move over here. That's what they do. They move around. They try different angles. All right? It's just anything to pull people in. Okay? But people are realizing this, and people know who they are. All right? People know who they are. Just because you hide behind something, that doesn't mean that people don't know who you are. Okay? Snow Angel. The signs are with you already. And that was in reverse. Let me tell you something. They don't think no one sees this. But there's a major gravitational shift going on here. Alright? And it's to expose people, to enlighten people. It's like the enlightenment of be careful who you trust, be careful who you listen to, and turn a blind eye to those that discredit. Okay? These people spend day and night trying to discredit people, trying to outdo people. And that's one telltale right there. It's like, okay, well, you're acting different, you're trying to do too much. Okay? We have Strange Valentine here, and that come out in reverse. Love is strange. These people have no love for people. The only love they have is for their material world and their material gain. If they can do this and not get their lazy asses up and go to work and make a living, not saying that everybody that does certain things are lazy, but some people want to find the easy route out. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. Okay? Some people figure like, well, hell, if Helen can do it, then I can do it too. But maybe Helen is blessed and ordained to be in that spot. Maybe you're not. Okay? But these people, it's like they learn how to adapt to energy harvesting. Okay? And that's how they are so far as they are. They have used other people. Okay? They've used other people's creativity, other people's hard work, other people's sorrow, grief, okay? To get to where they're at. People are seeing this and they're kind of backing off because they're like, no, you're not going to be in my energy playing around. I'm sorry. But that's not going to happen, hon. Yep, Death in the Maiden. Invasion, boundaries violated, and dominance. And they come out upright. So these people, it's like they're invading people. It's like individuals are like, what was that movie to where, I think it was V, where they, it's a crazy example, but I use crazy examples just to put you there. Okay. It was a show for TV called V. Way back in the day. Okay. I watched a few episodes, but I remember an episode to where they had eggs in a cave, in a cavern, something like that. And they were doing this harvesting to hatch these eggs. And they were using unsuspecting people for that didn't know, people that were interested in what was going on, and how these aliens were doing this and doing that and coming to Earth. And these people went in there and they were actually like sucking the souls out of these people to inject into these eggs, if I'm correct, to breed these aliens. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not trying to connect an alien to demonic agents. No, I'm not saying that. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, aliens to me, they're beings that it's another race. Okay, as we are the human race, they are another race. Okay, and it's like when people understand that they do walk among us, and we accept the fact that, hey, your neighbor might be one. Hey, your boss may be one. Okay? They've come out in certain ways, but it's up to you to decipher. Okay? But it's like that. It's like these people take and suck the energy up out of individuals by keeping them in a low vibration. And once they keep these people on this low frequency, they can generate that energy like that. All right? So these people are moving around trying to get new energies, okay? They're trying to pull new energies in, all right? By moving and shifting things around. They think that's going to help them, but you cannot run from judgment. You can't run from God. God sees everything, all right? Trying to trick people. But we know who you are, okay? We know who you are, all right? It's crazy. Let's see what messages come out here. Yeah, reflecting. I feel like you know exactly. It's like if y'all don't know, now you know. All right. And that sounds like that Notorious Big song. If you don't know, now you know. But I'm just saying, some of you guys sat back and was thinking, it's like, no, it can't be. No, they wouldn't. But the more and more you reflected and went inside and was like, wait a minute, maybe they are. Maybe this is what I think it is. 9 times out of 10, you shouldn't doubt yourself the first time. Okay? I'm just saying, you shouldn't doubt yourself the first time. It is what it is, and you're seeing it unfold right in front of you. Okay? Like I always say, fact is stranger than fiction. Okay? And once we know we're moving around a spiritual world, okay? Everything out here is energy. It's the frequencies that people work off of. It is what it is, all right? Legal issues, okay? So I feel like this. I feel like there's things that are coming to an end. There's businesses that are getting shut down. There's people having legal issues here to where they're going to have to take care of this and they don't want it to get out. Okay? That they're having these legal issues. Some of these people are getting sued. Some of these people are going to jail. All right? Because they have to answer for what they did, for what they stole. All right? These people are having to lawyer up. Some of these people don't have enough money for lawyers. It is what it is. Okay? Yeah. Because it's like they wanted to end people so bad. And I'm going to say people, all right? I'm not going to say you or me, just individuals all together. Because they don't want the truth exposed. They don't want people to know what's really going on. And because of this fakery, these masks, these lies, these made up fabricated stories that they don't even know what they're talking about. Okay? These people don't even know what they're touching. All right? Once you figure out what you're touching, you'll never want to touch it again. All right? And now they're reaping these evil benefits. Let's just say it like that. Ooh, that car flew all the way over there. Yep. People are seeing now. No, you're not who you say you are, and I wish you would quit. I don't want to hear you. Even listening to these people could curse you and bring bad things in your home. Okay? Talking ish here. Yeah. They're mad because things are going in your favor. People see who they are and people see who you are. We are. Okay? It's terrible. It's terrible. Just like the other night, I was like, the Holy Spirit moved through me to deliver a message. Now, you know, for those prying eyes, that's some real stuff right there, okay? That's a real feeling. Have you ever felt that? That's why I say that. Have you ever felt that? Because that shift, I felt this about, I've been feeling it. But it's like you're getting your energy back. You're getting your power back. Either you stopped listening to somebody, you stopped watching somebody, you stopped dealing with somebody. Now you feel energized. But yet they're still trying to pull on your energy and it's not working. And now they're trying to find different avenues. So now they're mad. Okay, they're going to try to talk ish about people, but guess what? Unbothered. Nobody cares because you did this to yourself. You knew which way you were working. You know who you were working with. Okay? You knew what your assignment was. Yeah. Creativity and looking you up. What am I saying here? You knew. These are people that get in client lists and go through their clients, look at their profiles and things, get pictures and stuff, do work on them, draw their energy, and then there you go. Boom. Okay? But you're unbothered by this because you already know what's going on. Look. Clout hungry. And that come out over Strange Valentine in reverse. Come on now. These people don't care. And you know, I said that one time. I'm like, man, would you rather hear the truth or do you want to hear a lie? And these people are like, well, I'm going to keep the lies going, okay? As long as I can keep the lines going and keep the lines of communication open like that, hey, that's good for me. Now these people, it's like they've been invading people's space, energy, spiritually spying on people, drawing, energy. It's just crazy, all right? But you're over here, you never swung like that. And I feel like people were trying to say that you were doing this. And you know damn well you weren't. You didn't have to do nothing. God got tired. Now everybody's going to be on Front Street. Since you didn't want to admit the truth and you kept doing it even after you were warned to stop. Even after you were warned to stop, you kept on doing this. Look, now you're going to lose everything that you got off of somebody else's back. And trying to gain it back. But trying to play it off that they were affected in any way about this. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they're gonna play games and they're gonna be like, well, the vibe's not gonna be the same. Okay? That's one way you're gonna be able to tell who was doing it, who wasn't. You're going to get your spiritual strength back. All right? That's your spiritual strength. Yeah, they were feeding off of that. Making people feel weak. disinterested in their passion, whatever they was getting ready to do. It's like, I'm just gonna take that from you. All right. They felt like it's like taking candy from a kid. But in reality, that's wrong as hell to do. Why would you do that? Because that kid want that candy. Some people are passionate about what they do. They're not just sitting here. It's not all just about the money. Okay? We have dirt digging here. Yeah. People started looking into something. I don't know whether individuals were letting people know what was happening to them. That's why I'm saying, be vocal if you feel like something's not right. Speak up, okay? They trying to look for dirt on you, and while they was doing that, and I mean, I'm just saying, let's say it like this. If you had a platform, if you had any online business, or any business as that was, things weren't looking right, okay? Things were not looking right. Things weren't adding up. And while somebody was trying to maybe report you, flag you, do this, do that, they messed themselves up by trying to do this, okay? Because they've been doing this for so long that these people are like, why does the same individual keep doing this? Now these people are facing legal issues because this was unjust. This was not right, okay? Okay? Why are you playing? Because when Callie comes out, what are you doing? Because of this dirty offer here, okay? Yeah. Now, oh Lord, now these people are being looked at as just, why are you even here? You weren't invited. They wanted to make you feel uninvited, make you feel as though it's a loss for what you're doing and what you believe and how you're connected. Oh, it's not real. It's no. First of all, you're trying to convince people a little bit too much. You're doing too much, and that's what they're doing. Okay, like I said, fishing for comments, going through your client list, going through a list of followers, subscribers, things like that, trying to just be like, reach out to them like they're on some scamming things, okay? And I don't know too much about that because I've never played that game. Because I know that's not right. And it wouldn't sit right within me to do things like that, okay? Yep. Yeah. Trying to find things on you? Yeah, look at this. Because they're losing. Things are declining for them. And they're trying to play it off like everything's okay. But it's not. It's not. Because they know they're not right within. Okay? How you gonna win if you're not right within? Alright, everybody knows that statement. Okay? But you're unbothered. Look, forcer here. It was like they were forcing their way into your energy. They were adapting. They were trying to be you. Like if they could wear your skin. And I did a reading like that a few months ago. If this person could wear your skin, they would. It's like somebody was trying to be you. Okay? And force people to pay attention and listen to them. And force them to believe everything that they were saying. Some people went for it. Some people didn't. Okay? But now everybody's like, wait a minute. Hold on. Like, you're doing too... Why are you... it's like... When somebody changes the game up here, look, scarcity tactics. Okay? Now they scared. Now they running around trying to figure out which way they could do this or which way they could do that or damn, And some of these people, it's like they just do too much. Alright? Yeah, these are people that are in their ego. Karmic friends, I saw that. And then it's at the bottom of the deck. These are karmic ass people. Okay? People are realizing this. Friends, family. You're looking at people differently. Because you woke up to this. Okay? You woke up to them siphoning your energy. Look, child services here. These people, it's like they tried to come at you about your kids. The child CPS is on these people. They're wondering what's going on here. Okay? And like I said, listen, reporting something. Okay? Oh, look, thief at the bottom of the deck. Okay? So these people were trying to report you trying to get you turned in, trying to get you turned off, trying to get you out of here because you tell the truth. Okay? Because you tell the truth. You're going to expose them. Nobody wants to be exposed, y'all. Okay? And I'm just going to keep it there. Nobody wants to be exposed. No, they don't. But if they're down and dirty and they're doing devilish deeds, every time it's going to come back around and it's going to bite them in the behind. Because you know what? God's not going to let it slide. Okay? He's going to let you get away with it, you know. Okay? I'm going to let you get away with it. But I'm going to make you feel like you're safe. And then when you feel like you're safe and you know that you're getting away with something, you think you're getting away with something, then here comes the realness. Here comes that slap in the face, y'all. Okay? And that's happening to a lot of people, and it's a sad thing. But you are going to see this. You're going to witness this with your own eyes, and you're just not going to believe who these people are. Okay? You're not going to believe who these demonic agents are. All right? Wanting somebody to believe the hogwash that's coming up out of their mouth when they know nothing about what they're talking about. They've never had any experiences. Their only experiences is from other people. Okay? All right? It's like they're not asking for permission. They're not asking for permission to know your business. Okay? Yeah, origin in reverse. They're not real. As a matter of fact, there's a card behind. What am I saying? They're not real. It's an illusion. Made up things. Okay? Yeah. Made up things. Wanting other people to think that no, what they're doing is not right. But with natural disaster here, this tower moment, it's coming in and you're going to see the demise. And it's sad. I hate for that to happen because you shouldn't feel like you should do that. You shouldn't feel like that's what you have to do to make something happen for yourself. Okay? Yeah. These people are losing big time financially. Things are declining. Things are going down. Things don't look how they used to look because they can't do this to you. They cannot. Okay? Because look at here. It's a promise that they made. And someone came dressed beautifully. And as we know, the devil, I'm going to tell you something about that. That's a beautiful creature. Even though you say that, the devil, when you think about that, you think about, somebody with horns and just hooves and the devil. But actually, the devil is a very beautiful person that's going to come to you and offer you the world just for that substance of having you on their side to help. But when it comes down to it, you're still going to lose. That's why these people felt like they could talk so much crap about you and pull you down so much because they felt they had somebody in their corner, and the whole time they didn't. They just made a deal. And ultimately, they had to pay the price with their soul. Okay, yeah, idea here. This is somebody that sits there and you see they work with a laptop, okay? And it's like they steal ideas. It's like they can't come up with anything. Because this person is sitting there like, what do I do? How do I do this? How do I... They got caught up there, okay? They got caught up. They got a deal of a lifetime, they felt. But the ultimate price was their soul, all right? So now these people are walking around looking crazy, looking dehydrated, things like that. Yeah. Look, homeless. These people are losing houses. Okay, things are starting to look different. All right, it's like moving in different areas. Okay, trying to make something work, looking for handouts, wanting handouts. As bad as these people want to say, hey, I did something that wasn't really, I shouldn't have done it. And now I'm screwed and I need help. But now there's nobody to help you because when these people were attacking individuals, now you know how it feels. Okay? Now you know how it feels. They thought it was so funny because I hear somebody laughing. Somebody's laughing. They was laughing all the way to the bank, they were saying. Okay? But now, you know what? I'm not even going to laugh because it's not funny. Because your soul is screwed. Yeah, what did I say? laughing all the way to the bank. This is off somebody else's back. Okay? They thought they were okay. They were sleeping good. Look, sleeping real good. And then this is you now, regenerating. Okay? These people might have attacked individuals in their sleep, things like that. Just keeping it real. Yeah, these people, they was laughing all the way to the bank, y'all. They thought it was going down, down. They said, oh, I got a victim here. They might have thought that, somebody was easy prey, few people, and they did this, and now they mess with the wrong one. Okay? There is a such thing. You thought you could get away with it. You thought somebody wasn't who they said they were, and you thought you got away with it. But hey, you mess with a real one, okay? And nobody has to send no attack to you, because you know why? You attacked yourself. So why would somebody have to do that? Why would somebody have to do that? Okay? We have Sea Beacon Fairy in reverse. Guidance, but where will it lead you? Yeah, these people, they're leading you straight to hell. And they're trying to keep you in this grief to where you don't wake up and see this. Okay? Nah. Hell no. Wake up, y'all. Wake up, y'all. Pay attention, loves. Pay attention. Grumpy Red Fairy. Be your true self. And that come out in reverse. So these people know they're not right. They're not right. That's why these towers are coming in for these people. That's why they're moving the way that they are. That's why they're doing too much. They're acting unusual. They're doing things that they wouldn't usually do. It's like you could have been dealing with somebody or listening to somebody or watching somebody for very many years. And now things are just like different. It's like I said, we all got to grow, but these people are scrambling for all the wrong reasons. I could see you rearranging your room or your area or whatever, but no, this is in a different way, okay? The Wing Seer, you see clearly, yeah, clairvoyance, because you peeped this out. You saw it. You know what they're doing. Wake up, my people. Wake up, wake up, wake up, my people. It's time for us to wake up. It's time for us to wake up. Take heed. Take notice. Okay? These people are freaking out because they promised something. But in reality, it was a bad deal. Law is not justice. Rules that are not fair. Yeah. So somebody's here screaming that something's not fair, and they're just talking about it, and they're saying, oh, this is not fair. This is what's happening to me. But wait a minute, hold up. Like I said, if people would take accountability, this world would be a better freaking place. This world would be a better freaking place. Now they feel it's unfair. But hold on. But it wasn't unfair when they were doing people like this. They didn't care how people was living. They didn't care what they were taking away from people. They didn't care as long as they could stay on top. But in reality, they were always screwed. They shook hands with the wrong person. Okay? We have investigate. Look closer. Ask questions. Think before acting. And see, this right here, this is where it all came down to, because people, the higher ups was looking at this. God already knew, okay? The ethers already knew, and they were upset with it. But they wanted to see just how long the individuals would keep doing this. Oh, they got to the point to where they got fed up with it. So it was put on someone's mind, soul, spirit, heart to look into something. Because things weren't adding up. Things weren't looking right. I feel like some of y'all started investigating some things and making things make sense to yourself. Because you're like, wait a minute, I'm noticing certain things that aren't right here. This isn't right. I feel like some of you guys stayed quiet for a while, but then you just spoke up because this is what it is. You thought that your mind might have been playing tricks on you, but no, your intuition was screaming at you about these people. Okay? They're not to be trusted. Okay? They're out here homeless. They don't have nowhere to go. They don't have nothing. You know, it's going to be really messed up. All right? The three fates, what comes around. That's what I'm saying. These are people that saw that you were making it, that you were climbing, that you were excelling, whatever you do, and they wanted to come up against you so bad and stop you because they weren't making the progress that you were. And they felt like they deserved more than you. These could be perfect strangers. These could be, like I said, family members, friends, people that's been around you that you would never think that would do this to you. Don't play. Three witchy sisters, the power of three. Okay? So it's like, huh? And then we had the indulgence card with the Panther Oracle here. 3, 3, okay? 3. Yeah. Yeah. There could be 3, 6, 9 people. They could all be working together in some type of cult, some type of coven. They don't want people to know that they're doing this, but it's out now. It's like it's out. The secret's out. You're not hiding anymore. You're so exposed. I don't care which corner of the world you try to run to. I don't care where you try to go. I don't care how you try to switch it up. You've lost that because you no longer have access to people's energy. You're off. Okay? It's like a robot that somebody cuts the wires in it and it short circuits. Okay? I don't know what year that movie Short Circuit came out. It had to have been 85, 84, 85, something like that. I don't know. But that could be significant. That could be when you were born. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. You could have been born March. Okay, the 3rd month of 1985. Okay, yeah. Yep. With the 7 of Wands here in reverse. All right, Leo energy there. Yeah, I feel like this individual, they thought that you had no protection. You didn't have your guards up. You trusted these people. And you were like, well, why should I have my guard up when and block these people when I know they're good? They're good, but they're not, okay? And it was like people were waiting for someone to get vulnerable so that they could just get in there, okay? They could squeeze in there somewhere, okay? Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of individuals here. If you really knew who these people really were, it's like you would have never trusted them. Okay? You would have never trusted them. These aren't real people. These are not real people. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups in reverse. It's like get out your head about these individuals. You wish for the best for people. That's how you're set up. You're compassionate. Your heart is good. But these people are not. Okay? They see that you're truly who you are. You're connected. You guys are psychics, mediums, clairvoyants, clairaudient. You communicate. Okay? And I'm saying in many different ways. It's not just one. And they see this. They were trying to block this out so people wouldn't know the truth. Okay? Anybody with the truth? Oh, they're really messing with you. They're messing with you. Look, they tried to put you in despair. Put you in that world of darkness where you were never going to try and come up out of this. Okay? They wanted you to give up. They didn't want you to try. Alright? Lord. Scorpio energy. And then with that Page of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But water energy out here. And we got fire out here. Okay? So yeah, these people wanted you in your feelings. They wanted you to give up. They wanted you to second guess it. But I feel like when you didn't give up or give in, that's when it got more intense. Okay, the attacks, if you were getting attacked, they got more intense. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's like you were still solid. You were still standing your ground. But at the same time, things were slowing down for you. But they didn't think about that when they were doing this to you. Okay, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Okay, that grounded energy. Even though you did want to give up at times, you still stood your ground. You were still standing 10 toes down to continue doing what you were doing. Okay? To get to this point of people getting caught up. All right? They're caught. They're caught. There's no way out, baby. Yeah. With the two of swords in reverse. You're not, you don't have people. No, people aren't confused. Libra energy. There was a low vibrational Libra here that was trying to confuse somebody here, okay? Could have even been a fire sign and a water sign here, okay? 3. I'm telling you now. All right? Somebody wanted individuals to be confused. They wanted you to be confused, but you were never confused. And now these people are under judgment. Look at that. They wanted people to misjudge you, but now they put themselves under the microscope and they're being judged. Okay? For wanting you to be misjudged. Gotta do better. You gotta do better. You gotta do better. You got, You gotta understand. Yeah. And this has everything to do with who you are. 3, Capricorn energy. That devil energy. And all Capricorns, hey, God bless y'all. Y'all ain't all devils, okay? But I'm just saying, that Capricorn energy, that 3, okay, is significant. Life path numbers, okay? These people were studying your birth chart, things like that. They thought they could take your destiny, baby. But look here, the hangman in reverse. No, they can't keep you stuck. And people are getting unstuck. People are getting out of that freaking illusion that whoever these people are who they say they are, okay? Now they're noticing things. They're waking up, all right? They wanted people to be like, they wanted people to look at individuals like, no, they're not who they are. And that's what pisses me off sometimes. And that's why, time and time again, I wanted to give up doing this. But I like doing this, okay? This is something that I was supposed to have been doing. This is my life purpose. This is part of my life, okay? This is my life. It's part of it, okay? It's like it's like the second air I breathe. But them type of people, they want it to look like, no, they ain't who they say they are. No, because we're the ones that tell the truth. And when you tell the truth and don't lie, do you want to be amongst the den of liars and snakes and stuff? No. So I thought many times like, But nope, I was told to keep going. Okay? We have the Ace of Pentacles here. I was told to keep going. These people were financially attacking individuals. Okay? And this has happened to me. All right? So I can truly speak on that. All right? But it's like they didn't stop nothing but their self. It was all about the love of money. But we were still getting blessed. Okay? Because this is what we were sent here to do. This is our mission. People were trying to adapt your mission as their own, and that's not what you do. They were promised. Okay? We have the Queen of Pentacles here. They were promised this. Now there's going to be a rough, rugged storm to their finances, and your finances are going to be replenished and brought to you as your inheritance here, your spiritual inheritance, all right? Yeah, look, they were stealing. This is all out there. This is why they're running and using different avenues, whatever they do, okay? Whatever they do. I'll stay 10 toes down where I'm at because I don't have no reason to run. I am who I am, all right? I don't have to overdo anything. That's why these towers are coming in. Because you don't have to prove nothing. God got you. All right? And your ancestors and your spirit guides, they got you too. They just didn't know how protected you were. Now everything's coming down. Crumbling down. And it's like, have you seen those movies where somebody's walking away? Yeah. And they light the cigarette. Not saying, hey, it's okay, whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. We're human beings. But they're walking away. They're smoking the cigarette and things just boom. They're blowing up behind them, but they're freaking awesome because they're walking forward and everything blew up. Yeah, they're blowing up. Things are coming. They're getting blown out the water. That's what's happening. They getting blown out the water. Yeah, with the three of wands here. Yeah. Things are getting in order. Things are being restored. Your ships are coming in. There is this judgment here. And I will say the last judgment for these people. Okay? Things are going to fall into place for you. Things are falling into place and now they're freaking out. Okay? Some of these people are, they're found out, and some of these people are wondering how they're going to get found out. Well, the ones that were in it deep, we have the Ten of Swords here. The people that were in this deep, oh, they're going to get embarrassed. Publicly humiliated. Okay? These are people that stab individuals in the back for money. They're not to be trusted. They're devilish individuals. With the Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords, they put themselves in this situation. They're bound, they're restricted, and binded to the devil himself. Okay? And that's what they've done. That's exactly what they've done. The Eight of Wands. I see the Eight of Wands in reverse in my mind. I don't know. But whatever they was doing here to attack you with your finances so that you would not be wholesome of who you are. Because the thing is, you ain't doing it just for the money. You are not doing it just for the money, I should say. All right? Yeah, we have the Star card here. You're not doing it just for that. That's why you were sent here. Okay? And for some reason, and I'm going to flip this card like that because, okay? You are the star. You are the chosen one. You are the one that holds the knowledge and the keys to help the universe, to help the world, to help the diversity, to help stop the hate. Okay? The one out of the family that was the black sheep. Okay? We talk about that a lot. All right? You're the one. They don't like that. You're a target. Okay? Yep, the World card here. This has come to an end, a complete freaking end for your new beginning. There's people that you've had to shut out. There's individuals. I don't care. I'm going to flip that over because you really, I mean, it's okay. It's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. It's all right. I'm sorry if that, but it's okay. But there's an end to this thievery so that you can go forward on your destined path. They thought they got away with this. They thought it was funny. They're on the high horse. Okay? They wanted you out here begging for a cup of water. Yeah. These people are not protected. The Lovers in reverse, these people are not protected. These people show no love, no mercy. They had no mercy on you. They thought you were not protected. But they're the ones that aren't protected, and they're not going to have any mercy on them. At all. At all. Mercy will not rain down. There's no justice, there's no peace, there's no rest for the wicked. And they're not going to have any rest. Okay? They're going to, things are going to start crumbling down, and they're going to wonder how they can do this and that next. That's where they wanted you, right? With the Nine of Swords. That's how they are. That's the position they're in, loves. And I'm not going to sit here. Nope. Sorry. We have the Six of Cups here. All right? Now, with this happening, you're going to get more support. You're going to get more love. Okay? People that turn their back on you in the past, because of listening to this stuff, they're going to come back in your life. They're going to support you in the way that they know that they need to. Okay? Because they were betrayed also. Alright? They were lied to leave you alone. Alright? Woo! Look what I'm saying. The High Priestess in reverse. They were freaking manipulated. They were manipulated. Okay? There's a Dark High Priestess here also. Okay? They've been working against you. Could have been, what, 6 years? They've been working against you. Could have been 3 years they've been working against you. But they're exposed. Okay? It's not a secret anymore. It's out in the open. What's been going on? This person was attacking you in your sleep. Yeah. But now here, happiness, contentment, joy. The best card you could get in the deck. Okay? That is what's going on in your life, because you really, how do you say, you put it in God's hands? Yeah. You let them work it out for you. And that's exactly what they're doing. Everything's illuminated. Okay? People are seeing the truth about you. Right. With the Page of Swords here, I feel like there was some type of investigation. There was some type of observation also. Okay? Looking more in depth into a situation, because they were led to with their mind, their heart, and their spirit. Like I said, your finances are getting better. They're going to get better. Things are going to look beautiful to you. Okay? Because these people were stopping this. Alright? They're agents. They're demonic agents. They'll do anything to stop it. They steal, kill, and destroy. Okay? Some of them are getting very blatant, like in your face, letting you know they're stealing. Okay? Yeah. We have the Eight of Cups here. They're going to have to walk away from this. They're going to have to give it up. Alright? You're going to have to give up treasured items, material, gain. Alright? And it's all coming back to you, and they're losing it right now. Their time's been up. They didn't want to realize it. They didn't want to realize it. The Knight of Cups here. It's like, man, they're trying their damnedest to come back with, you know, different aspects of things. You're going to be getting offers here. All right, people are going to be taking offers back from these individuals because they don't deserve it. They didn't work for it. It was off of your back. Yeah, your blessings, okay? Your cup runneth over. Your blessings. These people were trying to be you and retrieve your blessings, okay? Yep. The Ace of Wands is in reverse. Woo! There's no future here in their front. They're losing their material gain. Okay? Trying to deal and mess with somebody's passions. Okay, we have the Two of Wands here, and we have that globe. The world is in the hands. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm saying. Some of you guys, this could have been an online situation to where somebody felt as though they could attack you, that they could do these things to you. Let me see something here. It's been illuminated. They can't hide who they are anymore. They're out here. And they're not going to be respected anymore the way they fit. Yup. What did I say? The Four of Cups, they're not going to be respected. They're going to be rejected, ignored. Everything they wanted for you, they're getting back. And did they realize this? No. Not when they made that deal. Not when they made that pact. Okay? Working with covens, cults. Okay? This could have been a whole crazy coven here, okay, of people. They've been doing this for many years. It just didn't begin with you, okay? Yep. What are they doing? What are they doing? Running. They think that they can cover up certain things here, but no, you can't cover it up. You're done. You're cooked. Your goose is cooked. Is that how they say that? Yeah, so it's like, well, you might as well face the choir. Okay? Yeah, because he played out. What you've been talking about, what you've been doing to pull on people's energy is played out. People are tired of listening. People are tired of paying attention to it. And people are going to get to the point to where they zoom right past it. Or they walk right past you and they don't want to hear nothing you got to say because they figured out that you're a liar. What am I saying? Same ish, different day. They figured out that you're not right. Okay? You're not right. You're not trying to guide them in the right direction. What you're trying to do is just guide them to your pocket. If that makes any sense. And I know it does. Okay? You got to read between the lines. What's going on? What's going on? And these people are trying to play it off like they're not getting bad karma. Like nothing's wrong. Like, okay? Things are blowing up all around them. They're sitting in the middle. Okay? That detonator's just waiting to boom. Like I said, some of these people, they're going to go down right in the public eye. And they are. They're declining. Okay? They're declining. And they're hoping for the best. They're trying new strategies. But nothing's going to work. I don't care what you do. Nothing is going to work. Alright? Yeah. See what I'm saying? Stalker. Somebody's still watching. Yeah, because they're mad. They can't touch you. I think somebody here was obsessed with watching you, taking your work and using it for theirs. And then when people start noticing, like, wait a minute. Because, hey, wait a minute. That don't sound right. You may be able to take somebody's creativity, but you can't take that person. Okay? You can tell. Be you. You can't be that person. You can take whatever you want. You can put on a dress, right? And you can see a dress on somebody. Now, this happens to me all the time. Are you with me on this one? Ladies, even men, when you look on online, you shop online, you see a dress on somebody, you like, ooh, I like that dress. That dress is sharp. I like that dress. Honey, you ordering that dress, make it look like olive oil and things be poking out in the wrong. You ain't waiting. Now this don't look nothing like that. That's what I'm talking about. You can't replicate something that's original. It looks good on that model, but it don't look too good on you. And you gotta keep it real with your friends, y'all. That's funny though. Friends don't let friends go out looking crazy. And if they do, they're not really your friend because they wanted to embarrass you and look better than you. So how in the hell you gonna sit up in my face and tell me you my friend and you let me come out like this whether you hurt my feelings or not? Tell me the truth. Okay? Yeah. These people, they're odd. That's what I'm saying. They're cringe. Yeah. Obsessive here. Somebody's very much so obsessed. It's like they keep doing it. It's like they keep doing it because they got a high off of it. They got a high off of it, but it's not working anymore. So it's like, what do I do? What do I do? They're running around trying to find a drug dealer. Okay? A creative dealer. There you go. They're not going to get that. They're not going to get the same results. Always partying. What did I say about drug dealers? Some of these people are addicts. Okay? They're on drugs. They don't want to lose this money because that supports their habit. And they were using people's energies to supply their habit. Okay. Okay. What the hell? Yeah, an offer. Look, a clean offer here. And that's you. That's for you, honey. That's for you, earth angels. That's for you, loving individuals in this world. It's your turn. All right? It's always going to be your turn from this point on. All right? Nothing is going to fail unless you let it. Travel. A lot of you guys are going to be traveling for work. A lot of you guys are going to be going on vacation because you're going to have enough to go on vacation. See, these people was going on vacation buying fancy things all off your hard sweat. Your blood, your sweat, your tears, whatever. Your energy. Okay? You're going to be able to reap the benefits here of your work with your finances, your abundance, because God wants you to have that. Okay? But you're not looking at that in the wrong way. Okay? There are some of us that we know money is the root of all evil. And God knows it is a blessing, but also it's the root of all evil. But some people use it for good and some people use it for bad. And that's exactly why they say that money is the root of all evil. You will stab anyone in their back for that. You don't care who they are. You don't care if it's your grandma, your great grandma, your mama, your brother, your daddy, your dog, your cat. You don't care. If you want that, you will sacrifice them. Let's keep it real. Ego. Because these people, yeah, these are big time people. These are people you would have never thought. You would have never, oh, wow. You thought these people were gifted and talented, but they're divination abusers. They're not who they say they are. And they're going to pay. They're going to pay for lying to people. They're going to freaking pay. Yep. This is you. Sip the tea. Look on. Look onward. I'm sipping my tea. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. As they were acting with you. I don't know what's happening. I'm just going to sip on my tea and my crumpets over here. But now you're going to be hoping. Look, want you back, want your energy back. Yeah. They don't have access to it anymore in this freaking amount. Their hair is falling out probably. Different, like I said, that crypt keeper. Look, thief. They were stealing from you because it landed on the sun and the Page of Swords. Somebody enlightened an individual on this. Somebody spoke up. These people were stealing. They were stealing, and you knew this. You felt this. You were being told this. Some of y'all actually were being pointed toward the person that was stealing from you. Taking how it resonates with that. Yep. Online situation, cyberbully. Somebody that would use your work against you. Okay. Get a few more. I'm done with this one. We have divination abuser and creativity in reverse here. Look. This is how they were doing this. And I knew this divination abuser was going to come out because that's all they're doing. They're abusing divination. Trying to spy. Trying to get messages before you get them. And no, you are not going to do that anymore. Some people, you were never able to do it. You just took their creativity. That's why it's in reverse. You have no creativity. You have nothing. You have nothing without your source. I'm done. I love y'all. Keep God first. And I'll see y'all later. Okay? But protect yourself. Keep your energy high. Transmute it. And keep it moving. Because you have been vindicated here. Okay? You are the true warrior here. Alright? These people wanted to suppress you so bad. Because you really know the truth. They don't like it when you can see right through them. I'm telling you now, okay? So I love y'all. Once again, keep God first. Amen, amen, and amen. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.